Without a shadow of a doubt, it's the Crockett Show in social media history. I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone. I got my man in the building, Donovan Sadiq, the Queen, Demetri K, and I am the 5-star general. We're going to talk about money tonight. We're going to talk about some other stuff too. But y'all get a seatbelt. I'm still pissed off from yesterday. Let's get to it. Say, man, I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone and tell you thank you for taking the time out to tune in. You know, without you guys, we wouldn't have a show. And we really appreciate you taking the time out to tune in. I want to start off with that monkey shine. That's what my mama would call it. That monkey shine that went on today in Washington, D.C. I have a problem with the United States of America and the SPCA. Y'all got these raccoons running around the U.S., and every time you look up, they out there smiling, dancing, teeth hanging out their goddamn mouth like fingers, getting us some symbolism. Can you go get our money? A lot of people are not impressed with what became a priority over the actual priority. And I know a lot of y'all watch this show. So the only thing I can tell you is I want to put you on a new diet. All of you raccoons out there that just do what you do on a daily basis and make us look like suckers, I'm going to the store when I get through and buy you a bunch of bananas, monkeys.
Yes, indeed, you guys. You know, 5-star. I didn't go and grab my beer before the show, but all day I have just been discombobulated by the situation that happened yesterday. Nobody asked for a Juneteenth national holiday. Even if we did, I think there's more important things to put ahead of a Juneteenth thing. And the important thing is a lot of pundits, Black pundits, are also upset because what this is doing, it is exposing the CBC and all of these bootlicks to what they can and cannot do. And it's really like putting them out there like, oh, they do what they want to do when they want to do it. So what is the excuse for not, getting the Black agenda and getting what is really more important to us, like the George Floyd bill, the Voters' Rights Act, which they call the John Lewis bill, whatever they call it. And, a lot of pundits out there are not happy right now what is going on. But I'll tell you who is happy: the civil rights era folks, especially the civil rights era Black women. If you go onto a lot of their pages, they are just, ooh, ski-weeing and, ooh, yeah, we got this. And, we got this pay and we got a Juneteenth day. Again, what does Juneteenth do in regards to putting money in your pocket? We just got more symbolism. And it's so sad. It is so sad.
Well, who the hell asked them for it? Ain't nobody asked them for that shit.
Demetri?
Yes, well, I think you guys have talked about that. I don't need to touch on it anymore. I mean, it is what it is at this point. I mean, But Gary did say something that struck a nerve with me. He mentioned diet, and that's what I'm on, and I'm hungry. Okay? When I say hungry,
but you ain't on the monkey shine diet. You ain't eat but a bunch of bananas.
Not yet. Yeah, I had to do it. I had to put on myself on the diet. But anyway, as you guys can see here, welcome to Thursday night edition of the War Zone. Even if it's Thursday, if Walter's here, it must be Thursday. And so I don't know what we're going to talk about, but I'm sure it's money related. And we're going to talk about a whole host of other things in the process, maybe trying to connect it to all things money. But if y'all can do us a favor and share this live so that everybody else can get this information and join in on the conversation, we would greatly appreciate it. So, Walter, are you ready or? We'll pass the ball back to Gary.
Yeah, no, I was just changing my chair so y'all could. I'm sitting a little low. I felt short.
Oh, you look fine. It's fine.
Okay, I didn't feel fine.
Hey, real quick, by the way, I wanted to tell you guys, the author of the Juneteenth bill is sponsored by Ed Markey, and it was co-signed and co-sponsored by 60 other senators or not senators, congressmen and stuff like that. But Ed Markey, he is the senator that sponsored the bill initially. As you guys know, Ed Markey is a white man, and he has also been involved in a lot of shenanigans when it comes to denying Black people certain votes and certain things. So I don't know if he did this just to, have us looking this way while they're robbing us in our pockets that way. I'm not sure, but Ed Markey is the sponsor of it, which goes to show you that Black senators and Black congressmen, they definitely ain't involved in it because they don't give a damn. So a white man sponsored this, something that we don't need, but he realizes that since we love symbolism so much, let them eat cake.
Well, this is how we feel about them and they goddamn holiday today. Go get our money.
Walter.
Well, all right. As you can see, started my clothing line. Hallelujah. Matter of fact, I got the family back over here. Say what's up to your sister, your daughter-in-law, Stella. She's over here helping me get it together.
Hi.
Hey. We got Chris in the back. He's over there. That's one of my sons. My other sons, I don't know, there's a bunch of people here.
Hey, but shouldn't we be talking about the slave wages you're paying them? I heard that you're paying them less than the federal minimum wage.
Man, I'm paying them $20 an hour each. Let me tell you, I spent $2,000 for 24 hours last Thursday and Friday. I had to go out and hit the pole. Man, I tell you this, man. Hey, listen, it costs money to get shit started. A lot of people have clothing lines, but I was like, I'm gonna go all out. So one of my bedrooms, I shut down my Airbnb after I kicked out Cuckoo and Crackhead, and I turned it into like a clothing room. One day I'll tell you that Airbnb story. I can't do it now. Because, yeah. Anyway, so last week on the show, I told everybody to go out and do this Turo thing. I had 2 people on the show hit me back, so they did it, which was actually pretty cool, right? So I had Anita Howard on here, and then I had Marcus. Both of them had their cars on Turo. She said she got 6 days. The first day she put it on Turo, she got 6 days in rental. So here's how it works, right? I be telling me there's money everywhere. So those of you who know me know I'm cheap as hell. I don't like to spend money on nothing. I just don't. It's just the way I don't know if it's the way I was raised, but I just don't like doing it. So I want an S500, and I'm not going to blow 35 grand. And I'm talking about the new body style, not the old one fresh for 86. I'm talking about the new one with the curves. You turn on, the blue lights come on. So I'm not the type of person to throw 35 grand into a car, something that I can't use, but through Turo, I can get that S500. And then, I actually spent the morning looking for a Mercedes S550. And everybody on here could drive one of those. Here's the crazy part. Some people go out there like it's car season, right? So everybody's going out and buying these cars. If you're going to get killed at the dealership, then at least make some money from it, right? So let's say you didn't have the 35 grand, you couldn't borrow it or whatever to get the car. You go to a dealer, that's suicide, but at least you're in the game. You say you get a car that rents for $200 a night or $150 a night. That's going to cost you $600 a month, $700 a month, and in 4 days it's paid for. So those of you guys who have vehicles that you're really not using, even if you have a car that you're using and you don't drive it all the time, you can put it on Turo, right? So a girl on here that did it, I think, without putting all her business in the street, but I think her car payment's like $200. So 6 nights at like $40 is paid for. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the other, I don't know, what is that? 24 days, the car belongs to her. So it's free. So that's what I talked about last week. And so I'm not sure If anyone's looking for a new car, if you guys are out shopping, you can do that. Actually, Erica, what's up? I know Erica. Erica did it too. So I got 3 people that were watching this last week that put their cars on Turo, and are making money. So now you can make a car payment, or your car can make the payment. And I know, we as a people, we tend to want to floss, and that's okay sometimes. So what I want to kind of start doing more is showing you how to floss. I want to show you how to have a good life. You know what I'm saying? So from now on, that's what I'm going to focus on. And occasionally I might bring up my phenomenal clothing line, right? Because I need to recoup the money I put into it. Real quick, you guys, if you guys have a pen, there's you guys are familiar with Joe Rogan. You guys have to watch that Kanye West and Joe Rogan interview.
I watched it.
Yeah. The media got people thinking Kanye is crazy. The dude is beyond brilliant. He broke down how he took the Gap and increased their net worth by 40%. Think about that. Adidas. This is the dude, he said he was going to buy Universal, and people laughed. He's like, I'm worth $6 billion. Universal's only worth 30. And 4 years ago, I was $50 million to the negative because y'all all talked about me, how broke I was. Now I'm $6 billion. Kanye's going to be in 4 or 5 years, he'll be at 100 billion. Watch. So the reason I bring that up is I know he's got his clothing line, and this shirt actually is my Kanye shirt. He always talks about the kryptonite and, never stopping. So anyways, Turo, you guys got that? Turo. You guys go there seriously. If you want to drive a Jaguar and it's out of your price range, let Turo pay for it. Turo's been out for years too, by the way. It's more people are starting to find out about it. Get that car that you want. I'm tired of fighting with people about blowing money on cars. F it. I'm through fighting with you. If you want that luxury car, go get it. Do it a different way. Right? So, and besides, matter of fact, go get 2. You can get the Mercedes and the BMW. Right? My boy, Rick, he just bought a Bentley, big giant, the Ghost. He's using it as a limousine and putting it on Turo. He's got a Ghost in his driveway that is paid for. His neighbors are like, oh, what in the hell? But he's smart. You know what I know? Because me and him had this conversation. Anyway, so that's one move. I'm going to take some questions and some comments before I move into my next thing.
All right, so just briefly, your opinion on the whole Juneteenth day. What is your take on that?
I don't give a damn. I'm trying to go into my Sealy from The Color Purple voice. First of all, I didn't realize they were making it a holiday until I saw, what's his name? Not Mitch McConnell, but who's the racist on the other side that leads the Democratic Party?
Joe Biden?
Not Joe Biden, the lower racist. The House Schumer. I saw him on the internet. I'm like, what are you celebrating for? He's like, we diverted these niggas again.
Pretty much. That's pretty much what happened.
Hey, man, listen. We need to make... the crazy part about this Juneteenth thing? I saw it on the internet, and then I saw on different people's posts, people going off. Oh, this, that. If y'all want reparations, I think I was on your page, get a check. I had to eat his ass up. He ain't responded.
You saw those saltines trying to come at me? You should have saw them on the MSNBC or NBC post. Oh, man, they mad. They big mad.
I mean, I don't give a damn what you do until you get your money. It don't matter. They can have Juneteenth, June 20th, June 21st. They can have all kind of days. It don't matter. Until we get the money, we ain't shit. Why do we need a holiday? I mean, like, we have and truly, you guys, here's the deal. Like, if you have bad credit and you have a collection on your credit report and it's been sitting there for years and you pay it off, you're going to create new activity. Why in the hell do we have to keep going back to slavery? It's just a reminder to tell black people, oh, by the way, niggas, you were slaves. Just want you to know.
I mean, let me somebody sent me something, and I'm going to use some code words here to not get flagged here. But somebody sent me something that was so thought-provoking. It was that of an older gentleman, and he was saying how I think he was like 70 or something like that. I'm not going to be here to see the reparations. And he says, and they know that, and I know that. And he says, but the younger generations are. And so he says, why do you think they trying to push that jab so hard into our community? He said, because they trying to cut off the other generation so y'all can't get it either. I said, wow.
I was thinking about it today, and then I went and researched it. You gave reparations to the slave owners, but you wouldn't give it to the slaves.
Well, originally they started to give it to us, but then when it was overturned, they took it back from us and said, oh, poor slave masters, here you go.
Yeah, basically $8,000 per slave. But we can't get nothing.
I tell you when we'll get it.
Shine.
I tell you when we'll get it. When we stop voting with our race as a whole. I mean, birds do that, move in flocks. We don't have to do it like that. Kanye made a good point. And I heard a lot of people killing him, talking about, are you splitting the vote? He goes, are my people so stupid that we vote one way that I can split the vote? Like, seriously, because black people cannot think for themselves. I'm telling you guys, black people, we are on suicide watch. You guys think I'm playing? Like, seriously. Man, like, D put me on to this dude. What's his name? The basketball player.
Kwame Brown.
Kwame Brown, right? So I was busting up. Yeah, I didn't even know he played basketball. I never watched basketball, but he was like, listen, man, I got my land, my food. I don't need nothing from y'all. But now y'all making him richer. His YouTube is blowing up. And he makes a lot of sense. He's actually a smart dude. So I wish we would have saw more of him before that, because he got his shit together. Seriously, I like him. But he makes a point. I got my own stuff. You guys, I'm telling you, it's not even expensive. You guys, you can go to the store, get you some seeds, get you a water source, and you can plant your stuff. You can build a hut. Do you realize they gave away 270 million acres of parcels to non-blacks back in the days? And all they did was put a little $200 shack on this thing. And it didn't cost them $200. It's $200. Well, now that we got Biden in the White House, the wood ain't $200 no more for a shack. But it is, they built this little shack and they got 5 acres. So all you got to do is put some food on that and get a water source. You got sunlight and you don't need anything else from anybody. We're trying to tell people that. And it's cheap to do. When we get that kind of power, we start thinking like that, we'll be unstoppable. So we got to lead that way. And I think some of the people that are watching this are actually starting to get in the groove. Like, we're starting to figure it out. Because I see more people talking about investing in finance. I see more black people on Robinhood, E-Trade, Reddit, the Wall Street bets thing. I see more of us on that, which I see Black Wall Street and a bunch of stuff, which is cool. So we are doing better. We now need to move the ball. I'm telling you, when the midterms come up or the next elections, we just need to vote with our money. The Apple, yeah, go for it. Yeah, you can like Pure, say what's up to Asia. She's running my clothing line too. I got another kid number 7. Lord have mercy. So, anyways, listen, we have to start out little. Like, you don't have to go out and buy a whole city, but buy something small. Me and my sister was in the neighborhood. I ain't gonna bring it up because y'all spent an hour talking about how dangerous it is. But they wanted $10,000 for this piece of land that had a lake view. Remember D? That little piece of land? They obviously, the developer screwed up. So they had a piece of land you could put a tiny house on. For 10 grand, you could buy a house with a waterfront. You could put a little tiny house on there, build you a garden, some solar panels. It's a wrap. You're done. I thought about it. It was just too small for what I was trying to do. They'll be like, oh, that's the dude in the little house, but he's secure. And that's really all you need, you guys. Peace of mind is the best interest rate. So, anyways, let's hit these comments and questions, and I'm going to switch gears.
Well, go ahead and switch gears, brother. What you got?
Here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to, okay, I said this before, but I want everybody on this show, I want you to write down a list of 5 people you know that you think want to do better. Period. Because one of the things, and I can't remember her name, Savant or she basically she was a genius, like one of the Menses, and she talked about like the people you hang around, and you hear it a lot. The 5 people you hang around are who you become. You become the average. So if you're hanging around a broke person and you make more money, you guys can only average out because you do what they do. Write down 5 people that you think are in a better position than you, that want to do better, and start kicking ideas and tell them what you want to do. So whatever the idea is, like for me, it's buying property and things like that. But you can do this with buying cars, buying TVs. You guys, you realize that, and I don't know what TVs cost now, but I looked at selling TVs, surprise, a long time ago. And if you bought, I think you had to buy, wasn't a lot, you had to buy 100 of them for one, and they were like, big screen, flat screens, they were $100 a piece, but you had to buy 100. So I did the math. I said, okay, so 100 TVs times $100 is $10,000. But what is $300 times 100 TVs? It's $30,000. So really, if I needed to make $20,000 in the next 6 months on the side, I could do that. Now, how would I get the 10 grand? I could put it on a credit card. I could reach out to my 5 people and say, hey, I got an idea. Everybody, why don't we pitch in and why don't we get these TVs and we could then sell them? That's an idea. It's a phenomenal idea. Right now, the world is open. I'm going to say something controversial, but you can go over to China, right? Well, I mean, it ain't controversial because all of our corporations are doing it. You think the iPhone gets half their stuff. Go over to China. They got Shenzhou or something like that, some crazy city. You see the pictures, you won't believe it. And you can just walk down the street and be like, you know what? I'll take 100 of those. And they'll ship them to you. And boom, you're in business. Or whatever it is you want to buy, it doesn't matter. But we have to start collectively putting our money together. So write down your 5 people and don't be embarrassed, right? You miss me with the self-esteem shit. Hey, man, I'm trying to get on my feet. Successful people won't judge you. You know what I'm saying? So ask people for stuff. We have to get better at asking. Like we're asking for reparations. What if we ask people to pitch in with us and help? Some of y'all got people in your family trees that will be like, oh yeah, man, here's 5 grand. Let's do it. It's not complicated, but we have to ask. I'm telling you guys, write down your 5 people. And I say this stuff and a few people will do it. Right? Write down. D, don't put me on that list. No, I can put me on the list because you on mine. So Donovan, you too, man. It's about time we get the party started. I'm gonna swing over down to Moval. I know where you at. I just look for the fur balls. All right. I ain't been to Gary's house yet, but some tell me I'm gonna be there soon. So let's start with that.
It ain't in Conroe.
Oh, see, there you go. Man, that's all right. I ain't gonna be up there hanging out. I'm just buying the property, man. It's reverse purchase. You know how, like, man, listen. You see the brothers in the background singing and the white man up front. I'ma own this joint. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I have somebody run it. It don't matter. Let me tell you guys this. You guys can all do this. Some of you who have decent credit and can buy a house right now, I'm gonna give you the math. Is that cool? Right? Even my non-members, F it, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give you the math right now. If you look at my table, I've been sitting here at this table for like a week. They'll tell you. Matter of fact, they left last week. I was still sitting here. And so I had to, the house, since Gary brought up, Conroe, Crackerville, I guess is that what y'all call it? So I don't know what you call it. I'm just going off based off our conversations. But buying a house over there with your FHA mortgage for 300 grand, which is high for Texas, by the way. It's a lot of money for Texas. But like on an FHA loan, you realize you're paying $1,200 a month. Forget where it's at. Like me and D, don't go to Conroe. There's a bunch of lakes and go to Galveston. It don't matter. Do you guys know what the cracking spot is? Fun Shores, Alabama, right? I know Alabama sound run from the Klan too.
Let me ask you a question. Because we got a lot of people who you say, or a lot of people are moving from the hood per se. What do you say about buying real estate in those areas?
I think it's a phenomenal idea. I think it's a good idea to buy property in those neighborhoods, or what you guys call the hood. I don't know why we don't do more of it. I mean, I don't know enough about Houston to really, because it's funny when I go to Houston, people say, well, don't go to the 3rd or 5th ward. Don't go to Conroe. I'm like, well, shit, where can I go?
I was just over there in 3rd ward. I was in the 3rd ward this weekend, and the gentrification is off the hook.
Oh my God.
Like you have, houses that you could tell are apartments that's been there for a minute, and then, you go down a little bit and you see new high rises or, developments going on. And I'm like, they are engulfing the neighborhood right before everybody's eyes. And I wonder if I know some people are, but are they like completely aware of what is going on? It was just mind blowing. Now, I've seen gentrification before, obviously, in California, but, just to that degree, and as we're driving, you see, our people, I don't know if they're homeless or not, but you see homeless encampments and people kind of just hanging out and stuff. But this building, gentrification is just really going on right around them. You know what I mean? So, so to your point, people say, well, you can't go here, you can't go there, but it's like, where can you go? And then where are you going to be able to go if the neighborhoods are gentrified? Like, where do you go?
I mean, I don't know. I try to deal with the gentrification issue. There's a lot. I'm just looking to purchase, because Black people, if we buy something, it's ours. So gentrification, no gentrification, just buy something. Like, seriously, I'm gonna reach out to 5 of y'all right now. This house up, we're buying in Conroe. We're gonna renovate it. I'm gonna tell you right here. I got my I had to put my screens. I had to put my numbers together from my bank. This is what I'm sending my bank right now. And so they were like, the house is $330, and the bank's like, we're gonna give you $20,000 on top of that to renovate. She goes, what are you doing with it? I said, I'm gonna put accordion doors. So I'm gonna take a side of the house that faces the lake, and I'm gonna wipe out the walls and put one big glass wall. So you seen the accordion doors, Donovan? I know you've been thinking about it. What? This man, that and a jacuzzi on the other. Hold, after the show, we'll talk. Thought you said you've been to Thailand. So what happens is you slide the whole door open, and the whole wall becomes an open door. So now you're outside. It's called an accordion door, and you can slide it open. It's the business. So that's $7,500. I'm removing a wall. It's an older house, so we're taking a wall. They got a wall between the kitchen and the living room, so I'm knocking that down so it's open. I'm gonna rip the carpets up and put this cheap Home Depot, beautiful light wood all over the whole house. That's like $3-4 a square foot. Labor and insulation and materials. The materials are like in Texas, $1, $1.50 to put this stuff down. It's nothing, right? And so I was like, I'm gonna paint it. That's $1,000. I'm putting in the sauna. That's $2,000 in the jacuzzi. I was on Facebook Marketplace in Texas today. I found a lady $3,000 with a jacuzzi, ready, turn purple, drop it on the ground, plug into the house, $3,000. So that's how I'm spending my $20,000, and then I'm asking $300 a night. So that place is probably going to cost me, because property tax is high as hell in Texas. Man, y'all property tax got people thinking about California. You buy $500,000 house in Texas, your property tax is 2% of that. It's $300 a month. That is a house payment on a mortgage on a $200,000 mortgage. I'm just saying. So, anyways.
Wait, Walter. Did you say $800 a month, or did you mean a year?
Well, I took it by the year. So if you buy a $500,000 house at 2% property tax, that's $10,000 a year divided by 12 is $800 a month.
Right. Okay, gotcha.
Now, people like you probably pay your shit at once a year, but we got to pay our stuff quarterly. So just something to think about. But 2% on 300,000 is $500 a month. I'm like, damn, is that right? I'm doing the math, right? Maybe I'm off. Anyways, you get the point. Right? No, I'm right. It's $500 a month. That takes me to $1,700 plus. I'm 50% in the flood zone. The house is on literally like you put your feet on your porch and your feet on the water. So we're looking at almost $2,000, $1,900 for the mortgage. But you guys, the place rents out at $300 a night. Slide open the accordion door, walk into the jacuzzi, get out, get in the sauna, and look at the sunset on the lake. $300. Times 20 nights, that's $6,000. So when I told the bank this, and the lady just paused, she didn't say anything. And I know what she was thinking. I should buy this property from this nigga, take it from under him, calling all the whites. No. How black people get this? I mean, so $6,000 a month minus $2,000 still leaves me $4,000 a month in income. So my thought is, how can I duplicate this multiple times around the world? You guys, building wealth and getting free from your job is not complicated, but it is a lot of work up front. Dee will tell you the stress I've been going through trying to get this house right now. It's laws, it's mandates, it's all kinds of shit. And I'm not dealing with the Confederate flag Dee saw in the neighborhood. It's a lot of work. I haven't slept 2 hours a day for the last 3 or 4 weeks. But I know once it's done, I'm like, even if the house sucks and I only make $2,000 a month, that's still the mortgage on another house in Houston. That's my car, my food, and utilities. So people be like, Walter, what do you do for a living? Oh, I clean houses. I clean my own. I clean my rental houses. The cleaning fee is $100 a day to pay people to clean the house. The lake house, I'm like, shit, no, they ain't. How am I be cleaning it? Anyways, you get the point. For somebody, that's $2,000 a month. So for people that are like, yo, we don't have no money, like, clean these houses. Get 3 Airbnbs at $2,000 a month. You guys, that's $70,000 a year for a house cleaner. Some of y'all with degrees and PhDs and UVDs and STDs. I'm sorry, I went off on one. Aren't making $70,000 with all those degrees. You can clean houses. You guys, my cleaning lady has 2 5 Series BMWs. 2 of them. One of them she bought from me. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there's opportunities out there. We just have to start working together. So I bring that up because I want you guys to reach out to your 5 people and let's buy something. You guys, and it's not just Turo. It's not just buying real estate. You know, you can do this with all kinds of stuff. You know, Airbnb has a hack. I'm going to give you another one. You don't even have to own a property. If you can find a place to rent, like for right now, to rent a house on a lake somewhere near you is not going to cost you $6,000 a month. It's going to cost you $2,000 or $3,000 though to live on the lake, almost anywhere, just period. But what if you found a place for $3,000 a month and you got 6? You rent it. You don't have to own it. No closing costs. You just rent the property on the lake and then you put it on Airbnb for 6 and you keep 3 in the middle and you're renting the shit. No money out of pocket. Minus your first and last. That you can borrow from your grandmama or your aunt or your uncle, one of the 5. I mean, I can go on and on and on. Like I sit here at night and I was just like, damn, what else can we do to create freedom? And so those are 3 things you guys, anyone on here could do right now, right? If you have a decent credit score, and if you don't, you can do a co-borrower. Let's say you have a good income, but your credit is shitty, but somebody has a better credit and low income, you can do a co-borrower, you can do it together. So if I had shitty credit and my sister had 800 credit, but I had more income, we could get together. I was going to say kill Barney. We could get together and buy this crib. That means Al could quit his job. You know what I'm saying? He'll like that, right? He be working out hard. I see him come in the house. Hey, brother-in-law. He goes straight to the bed. Take off his Michael Jackson jacket and lay down. Does that make sense? So, Lake Livingston, I saw that. Yeah, Marchik, am I saying that right? We need to holler because I've looked at that lake. We can go there next. You can DM me. I'm cool with that. What else?
Is that in Houston?
I think that, you know what? It's in Texas. I'm gonna say is it Dallas? No, Dallas has Lake Louisville. Lake Livingston, maybe when you guys can tell me, shit, give me 20 seconds. I'll tell you where it's at. Lake Livingston, it's in Texas. It is, oh wow, that's a nice lake. Man, y'all bullshitting. That's by you guys. That's in Houston. Actually, you know what? Lake Livingston is actually to the east of Conroe, to the northeast, and it's like 3 times bigger. Okay, I'm down with that. We'll talk after the show. Anyways, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, people are attracted to water. And it's sad. I'm going to say this, and I don't want to, but I'm going to say it. Black people, learn how to swim. I'm tired of the black people can't swim jokes. Like, damn, it takes you literally a few minutes to learn how to swim. That's it. It's not even complicated.
Or what about just purchasing the homes and the properties in our own neighborhoods? You know, because a lot of times we talk about leaving the neighborhoods to go to a better neighborhood or whatever. But what about just buying the stuff in our own neighborhood? I mean, like, I don't understand that. I mean, I get a lot of people say it's unsafe or there's a lot of crime. So I am cognizant of that.
Okay.
I don't think we realize, you know, what gentrification really means.
Okay.
I don't think we do.
Yeah, I think so. We're talking about 2 different points. I never said leave the hood.
Well, I know you didn't, but I'm saying a lot of people do. I hear a lot of people say that.
No, stay in the hood, buy something out the hood so you can buy something else in the hood. You guys, if we are clearing $4,000 a month from this house, how many houses do you think we could finance? With $4,000 a month, could we buy 2 houses in Third Ward? Hell yeah, all day. I would bet you we could buy 3 or 4.
Like something like Inglewood, for example. Look at the gentrification, and that's Inglewood, California, you guys. Look at the gentrification that's going on there. You know, they put that stadium up. I think it's the Rams or somebody. They play there, and a lot of the residents there, their rents went from less than $1,000 to triple that, because the owners are like, oh, okay. You know, the real estate has gone up. I did a story on the lady whose house was worth $1 million right across the street from, the SoFi Stadium there. And it wasn't that, worth that before. She fell behind on her HOA dues and they, have foreclosed on her. But, somebody is going to buy that property and do something nice with it. And, I don't know if you guys have seen the SoFi Stadium or what all is around it, but it's a whole different city down there with so much entertainment and a whole bunch of stuff. And so what happens is people with a little bit of money come in and buy those, those houses. I'm sure the person that's going to buy it out of foreclosure is not going to spend $1 million on it. I don't know, maybe they will. But other communities go in and buy those houses in the neighborhoods, our neighborhoods, beautify it, the real estate goes up, and we can't live there anymore. We don't have the financial means. There's a man who lived right, I guess, around the corner, whatever, from the SoFi Stadium, was paying like $900. His rent tripled, moved in with his sister, and her rent tripled. And they had to completely leave the neighborhood they'd been in for years because of gentrification.
Well, they didn't have to leave, and I hear what you're saying. They didn't have to leave for gentrification. What we're really saying when we say the neighborhood is being gentrified is we're saying that white people save and invest more than we do. That's what we're saying.
But we also have to say that they are able to save and invest more than we do, due to just the resources that they are more privy to. I'm not saying that we can't also do it, but we know that it's a little bit easier for them. I mean, I don't know if you saw the story of the black lady who got her house appraised, and the bank lowballed her. I think $200,000-$300,000 lowballed her. But then when her friend went in and posed as her, they valued her house. I think it was like $300,000 more than they told her. So I guess I just don't want to say that it's completely us not doing stuff, because I know it is to some degree.
I mean, but where's this lady at? I mean,
I can't remember where. I'll look for and it's just like,
she needs to move somewhere where there's like electricity. I mean, like there's banks and rules and all kind of shit against that now. I mean,
well, but we know they still do it.
Well, they'll do it if you let them do it to you. But damn, if she's smart enough to go get somebody to stand in for, she's smart enough to get a lawyer and be like, yo, not only do I want my $200-300, I want another $200-300 for the suit.
Right. Well, so naturally, they were busted. But the other part of that is a lot of people just don't know. I mean, how many times have people gone into the bank and the bank or whatever has told them no? And they say, well, the bank told me no, I can't, instead of just saying, wait a minute now. I know goddamn well my house is worth more than what you telling me. A lot of people just take the bank's word for it and say, well, I guess I'll take. Imagine that lady would have sold her house for $200,000 to $300,000 less than it was worth. Imagine she would have did that.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys another tip. For those of you who like to write shit down, I'm gonna give you this. Put your house on the market. If you live in a house, put it on the market. Put it on the market. You don't have to go through with it. Just put it on the market. You know how you get your house valued? Put it on the market and check the offers. There's your value. Because homes that are being sold right now are being sold for, thousands, tens of thousands of dollars over market price. The house next door to me was on the market for $275. It sold for $305. The only reason I got my house quick is because I told them I could close in 14 days and we were putting down a bunch of money. That's it. But put your house on the market to get a value. And then some of you guys, I'm going to tell you this. I told one of my clients this. He goes, Walter, what should I do? My equity has gone up. I said, fool, move. You owe $200 on the house. It's worth $700,000. You know goddamn well that house ain't worth $700,000. But these fools out here with these 2% interest rates are buying shit they can't afford, and they're going to be whining when the interest rates go. But by the way, for those of you that missed the Fed meeting yesterday, they're already talking about moving them up. Oh, well, we're going to accelerate the process. Motherfucker, please. That's code for we about to jack the rates. And inflation is out of control. Those of you, hey, you wanted higher wages? You got them. And we should have them. But with that and all this pandemic shit, you guys, I'm starting to see what it was all about. Inflation is going to be through the roof. So while we're in that moment, I told my boy, sell your house. You owe $200, is worth $700, that's $500,000. Even if you bought the house next door, that's worth $700,000. You put down what's 3% or what's 10% or 20% of $700,000. Put down $140. You still got $360 left. You got $360 in cash and you're making a mortgage payment. But now you can take that $360 and go buy 2 more houses somewhere and put them on Airbnb or VRBO and one of the 200 sources that will do that. And then boom, now there's steaks with the beans and rice. But when I tell people shit that, they look at me and go, Hold on, let me turn my camera off so y'all see me swinging. Even Titus is saying that. Y'all got Titus singing hymns. I mean, people look at me like I'm nuts. And I want to, can I think about it? No, you dumbass. What's to think about? I just told you how to be free. Period. Some of y'all need to cut that shit out. I want to think about it. It's code for I don't understand or I'm not going to do it.
Okay. So give us the difference and or the definition between, as you say, scared, inward stuff, and just pure laziness. Talk about both.
I'm not sure how much laziness comes into it, because to do what I'm doing doesn't take a lot of energy. It's just mental stuff. I'm picking up the phone. I have Asia. She just took my other computer. I have 2 computers, a laptop, and 2 phones that literally I'm on 5 devices. Oh, I got to check the property. I got to check the the cost to tear down the wall, cost to put a jacuzzi in there. What does it cost for another plug so the jacuzzi doesn't trip the house and the electricity? Do you guys know what I'm saying? So I've been sitting here. Y'all don't even know if I'm wearing pants. You know what I'm saying? But I'm wearing these sweatpants. I've been wearing every day because you can do everything from here. So I don't know if it's laziness as it's just afraid. See, some of you guys are afraid about losing money. Lose it. Damn, I sound like y'all see Medea's my Big Happy Family, or what is that? You know the movie I'm talking about. Medea's Big Happy Family, where Shirley Pepsi's like, what if he tried to do something to me? They like, let him. Anyways. If you lose it, you lose it. You know where I got my experience from? Losing a bunch of money. My sister will tell you, I've lost money. I've been through, man. I've been there. But and George Clooney says you don't learn from winning, you learn from losing. You guys, seriously, like good experience. How does that work? Good experience comes from bad experience. No. With good judgment, good judgment comes from experience, and experience comes from bad judgment. I remember the things I did wrong. You know what I'm saying? So you can learn from that. Like, think about this, you guys, real quick. For those of you that have ever got an F in school, what did you get an F in?
Math.
Lunch.
I don't know. Lunch? I don't know.
You ain't never got an F.
Yeah.
I got an F in French.
I remember English.
I got an F in French too.
English.
Remember the teacher at Nota Vista? I'm sorry.
Miss Young.
Miss Young with the glasses, the big glasses. And so my first year, I aced French. But in year 2, they put this bad girl next to me. Oh, man, they was too big for her age. I couldn't get a damn. I don't think I heard a word. I failed that class. Anyways, but I ended up dating her. It's a long story. So she was worth the F. But I remember that because I failed it. Right? I remember the things that I took losses at. So we need to take losses. You guys, we are getting murdered. Right now, we got the Juneteenth holiday. Is that Chuck Schumer? And I see on social media, blacks and whites fighting again. Oh, you got your holiday, nigger, and people fuck you. I had to jump on D's page and almost punch a dude in the throat. And so now we're race fighting again. The racists are fighting again. Every time we get one of these things, we start fighting each other. And it's insane. And it's a total diversion. You guys, the Federal Reserve came out yesterday, day before, and said, we are about to tighten the screws on you. You, the people poor in the middle. And Powell himself, to hear a 78-year-old white man or 88, wherever he is, that's obviously privileged. He is the Fed chairman. Like, he is the one that controls the money for the world. If he comes on and says interest rates used to be 2, they're about to be 4.
Now stop right there. Because a lot of people don't realize that. They think the president is the most powerful. Or they think it's Congress. But like you said, he can come and say, today, the interest rate is this. And credit, like, look at your credit cards, the interest rates or the balance on your credit cards when they raise interest rates or even when they drop interest rates. So you're right. I mean, he is the most powerful person in the United States, if you really think about it.
Think about this. When you understand the Federal Reserve, and I know black people is too boring, they ain't got enough swag in it, so I ain't gonna spend a lot of time on it. But like, damn, if you could borrow money at 1 to the motherfucker, excuse my French, I only do this on the war zone. Something about this show just take me out there. But like, if you could borrow money at 1% and loan it to your neighbor at 6%, why in the hell wouldn't you move into a big ass apartment building? Think about that for a second. Me and my sister had this conversation. She got phenomenal credit. I know everybody on here got good credit. And if you don't, you can. You can borrow 0% interest rates from Capital One for 18 months. You can take that money and loan it out at 15, 20%. You know your neighbor trying to buy a new car right now. Give it to him and get the pink slip. Borrow from Capital One at 0%, loan it to your neighbor. Let him pay you 20. You make 20% on the deal for 18 months. Do you really need to be taking your black ass to work with those kind of strategies? Like, seriously. And if you got a job, keep your job. I'm not telling you to go quit tomorrow. Now, if you love your job, keep it. Some of y'all love the job. I get it. I hated my job. Every job I had, I hated. I wanted to go grab a 40 with my boys when I was a kid, or we go hang out and chase girls in Newport Beach. If I had my choice, that's what I would have did every day, right? So if you love your job, keep it. But you guys, what if you kept your job but did something on the side? You guys, I guarantee you all these Jewish, Asian chat rooms, their podcasts, you think they're talking about Asian Day? You think Jews are sitting around talking about the Holocaust every fucking day? I have not heard a Jewish friend of mine bring up the Holocaust ever.
Well, they got some reparations too, but I will say this.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, with the 5 people, and really 6 or 7 people that I put down on my paper, we talk about strategies. We talk about money. We talk about stocks. We talk about building. Like, seriously. You know, I'm one of those people, I don't like people calling me with bullshit and drama all day because, for one, I'm busy. I, too, sit at my desk, you know, for a lot of the day and I work. So if you're calling me, let's talk about moving the ball forward. And I wasn't always that way. I was one that was, you know, caught up in the muck and the mire of, you know, negativity. But when I changed my mindset, then my bank account changed as well. And I'm just keeping it real with you. And
that's the proof.
Yeah. And I don't let people call me and dump nonsense and drama and all that. I don't let them do it. If my phone rings, I know who it is and I know what they got to say. I'm not going to answer it 9 times out of 10 if you're going to waste my time with something we've already talked about that you refuse to, you know, to change it. So most of the people I talk to, we talk about money and, you know, just how to be better people and just be in a better space in every way, shape, and form. And, you know, I'm glad I'm there in my life. So it's working for me.
And did tell you, she used to call me with that shit. I'd be like, what's this got to do with money? I do that to everybody. Is this an incoming phone call? Which means it's about income? Or don't call me. I mean, you guys, I'm telling you, we have a golden opportunity. If this shit ain't sexy, this is not an exciting subject. I guarantee you. There's a lot of shit going on.
It's exciting to people who's benefiting from it. That's who it's exciting to.
You guys, I have a lot of my white friends that watch this show. You know why? They go on my Facebook page because they're like, this is the only show I do. This is the only at the moment, the only podcast that I do. And I don't even have time for this one. When D called me, hey, it's 5 o'clock. I was doing something else. I mean, I was ready, but like I'm trying to get clothes on this house and get this clothing line up and do all these things at once. So you guys, we got it. We're right here. Just pick something and pull the trigger. I promise you, just try it once. And if you fail, then you can truly give up and say, you know what? Okay, it didn't work out. So giving you some ideas. There's other stuff too, you guys. I mean, there's like, I don't care. Like I have a bike sitting next to me. You could charge somebody come in here and ride this bike. Hey, for $100 a month, you could ride this bike and I'll give you financial advice once a month. Whatever it is, everyone on here, on the comments and everything, all you guys have skills, right? But you're not using them. I'm going to switch gears really quick. So I see a lot of the comments about veterans, and I want to bring up something that I saw. The CEO of Lockheed Martin was on Bloomberg CNBC television. They have 200,000 employees. What the fuck does Lockheed Martin do?
Military contractor.
He said they had like so many thousand offices I'm like, Amazon don't have that many offices.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, Santa Ana has like 8 of them just in Santa Ana alone. These little parts of the division of the company. I mean, and they're headquartered in Georgia.
Like, when you guys think about, and Lockheed Martin is not the only defense company in the world. Why do we need 200,000 people working for one defense contractor? And these people are paid well. These aren't punks. These guys are getting paid.
Again, I get a lot of my stocks is in the defense industry. You can't go wrong with the defense. Even when they fuck up, the government gives them more money. So all that money for Intel, failed Intel, how many trillions of dollars has the Intel community gotten from your tax dollars since 9/11? And they still fucked up recently with the insurrection. They're going to give them more money. You can't go wrong in defense stocks. You just can't.
You guys think the insurrection was about Donald Trump? Good luck with that. Like, Birds, I had a friend of mine was like, he sung a rap song, something about the public defender and the prosecutor. The prosecutor and the public defender, they work together. You face a stormy weather. I mean, like, damn, you got left wing, right wing, is still on the same bird. Donovan nailed it. Now we got defense contractors. We got the National Guard. Now all this money is being spent for what? Capitol security. Come on now, really? You got an angry mob outside and you don't have no National Guards outside? And you guys, let me tell you, you know who they are more afraid of? They're not afraid, the government, they're not afraid of white people. Excuse me, they're not afraid of black people. They are afraid of white people because we show up in protest. They show up and blow shit up. Dude, I will tell you, 2 dudes walk into the movie theater, a black dude in a trench coat and a white dude with a trench coat. Which door do you sit next to? The door next to the white man or the black man?
If I see a white man walking to anywhere with a trench coat on, I don't care if it's 0 below, I'm leaving wherever he at. Just keeping it real.
See, a white dude will walk in and shoot everybody. A black dude will come in and just kill that dude. So you guys are not afraid of us. They're afraid of, man, that insurrection. How do you you guys realize how close they were to murdering Nancy Pelosi? They were in a rage. They didn't care. They killed somebody threw a fire extinguisher at a police officer. What the hell? Can you imagine going outside, seeing a cop and being like, boom, fool? First of all, you'd have been like this and you'd have been shot 20 times. I'm not here to say, it wasn't Trump. Yeah, he had something to do with it, but you guys, this is all planned. The whole pandemic, you guys, there's some people that are benefiting from the virus and some people that are going to get left behind. Like, I was sitting with this old, me and Asia in our car business, I was sitting next to this old white dude and I said, hey man, I'm not wearing the mask. It's over. He goes, it never started. And I go, you know what? I go, you know what's funny? Is they don't go to the abortion clinics and shut those down. We lose 4,000 children a day to abortion. That is 1.6 million people a year. Babies that die to abortion. Where the fuck are you at for that? We lost 600,000 people in a year and a half in the pandemic. Half of them were sick and had shit go. They would have died anyways. They could have died from a common cold. Some of them would have slipped on a banana with their weak immune system and passed away. We have issues. Like, Scotty got hit by a car. Oh, but I think he had COVID. Mark his ass off the list. Over 1 million people, babies die of abortion. How many people die from heart disease every year? Seriously. We're not shutting down. We're not shutting down the restaurants because, and we should. If we're going to say stop heart disease, not shut them down, but fix the menu, right? Ain't nobody doing that. You understand what I'm saying? I was in Idaho. They were like, F that. They didn't shut down. The restaurants are open. I went there, not a mask in sight. And they go, we don't have issues. We outside. Anyways, here's the point I'm making, you guys. Let the distractions go. this Juneteenth holiday. It's okay, whatever. Some people like it. Recognize that we were slaves. But stop with the diversions, you guys. I just gave you 4 or 5 strategies. Some of you guys will do it. I know I get mad. I already know the people that are going to call me when this show is over. I know who's going to call me, hit me up, text me, be like, yo, I did it. You could do it. Get your housing out of the way. And if you guys are right now trying to buy a house and live in it and think you're going to see your property value going up, good luck. It may go up a little bit right now, but if you're the type of person that paid $200,000 for something and the shit ends up being $160 and you're depressed, you got a problem. That's it.
Absolutely. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and get out of here so Gary can get to bed. I don't have any closing thoughts. I will not be here tomorrow. I'm going to California, so I won't be here tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. Oh, shit, I forgot about that.
Oh, good thing you reminded her. She wouldn't have no ride from the airport.
Oh, trust me, I got it covered, baby.
Yeah. Huh.
Anyway, that's all I have.
Yeah, my closing arguments are, again, thank Walter for coming on the show. As usual, you drop a lot of dimes. I took some notes that are critical for me. We're dealing with a lot of symbolism, but the only way you're going to beat the symbolism, you guys, we need to start standing on our own 2 feet. You know, nobody's coming to save us. That is the bottom line. We have to start saving ourselves. So that's my last 2 things. I'm going to tell you guys, be cognizant and be careful out there. They're killing Black people, not only in the street, they're walking into your homes and murdering you.
There's the symbol right there. That's the symbol y'all ought to be focusing on. Jesse Jackson said it, because I use his shirt is my #1 shirt. Revenue equals rights. My next shirt, and it's controversial, is silver equals civil rights. Just think about that. Hit me next week if you want to. Closed.
My final thoughts are simple. The Negro still is not free. Say, man, we want to thank you. Every night, 7 o'clock. YouTube and Facebook. We the best in the business. It's the war zone. I want to thank you on behalf of my good friend Donovan Sadiq, the Queen Demetra K, the Money Man Walter Couture, and I am the 5-star general until tomorrow night. And if y'all wondering what's wrong with old 5-star, had to go to the doctor. That's that good dope man. Only difference between me and the dope man, I ain't selling my pills. We'll holler at you tomorrow night, man.